Hello everyone, today I'm going to be playing Nyx Fit, as the deck is often called. It's a version of Nyx Fit, so that means Veteran Explorer and Cable Therapy, but with a bunch of enchantments. Like, it seems like this one doesn't actually play Starfield of Nyx, but yeah, it used to run Starfield of Nyx and yeah, and a bunch of enchantments to fetch with Academy Rector. So let's see how this goes. I don't know all the interactions in the deck yet, but we'll find out as we play. Would like to start? Yes, please. Yeah, it's a bit slow, but turn 2 Sylvan Libraries. It's still good. He could have a Spell Pierce or a Daze for it. Okay, let's see. We need to have I think a Bayou, because we don't want to be wasted of green. Actually, do we? If we play Sylvan Library, I think black is most important here, right? And white as well. I think I fetch a Scrubland. And I'll start with the Sylvan Library. I don't want to get this countered, so it could be risky playing it first. Did not get countered. Let's see, put this one back, and I think we pay 4 life. I think I want both a land and Zenith. Let's see, Bayou. So we need to therapy him first, name Brainstorm, then Zenith for 1 and flash this back. My opponent is probably brainstorming a response because they know the best blind call is Brainstorm? Not entirely sure. Or maybe they counterspell this, which would be strange. So we're probably playing against Miracles, which means they're really gonna get a lot of value out of my Veteran Explorer. I think we still do it. Let's see, we want a swamp and probably plains. Okay, so they did have to brainstorm. I could name Force of Will, but none of these cards are really bad with Force of Will. I mean, don't really care. Probably gonna name something like Chase or Monastery Mentor, because we're dead to that. Like, at least these cards somehow have ways to deal with Mentor, right? Let's see what we can fetch with Academy Rector. Yeah, the Sandworm thing seems really... Oh, that's the sideboard. Curse of Deathhold does nothing against Jace. Why does it not want... Okay. Splendor does nothing against Jace. I guess we named Jace because we have more ways to deal with creatures. And otherwise I would name Monastery Mentor. None of these. Sure. So I think I collective brutality here and don't escalate, because lingering souls, flashing it back is good against the terminus, and that's better than draining for 2. It's better of course to have 2 more creatures. They brainstormed, so predict seems like the predict seems best here, because it gives them some value. I mean, I could take Force of Will, but they're gonna keep open counterspell anyway, so we don't jam the Academy Rector until we found something with Sylvan Library, like to take it out of their hand, for example. First round. They did have Jace waiting, so that means all they have now is the Force of Will. Let's see, put that one back. I guess we don't really need. Actually, we can Diabolic Intent potentially, so maybe I put back the land and try to shuffle, because this land could be valuable here. What do I want to wish for? I mean, wish. Tutor 4. Ooh, Cruel Reality. Actually, also deals with the Jace, because it also says Planeswalker. So I think I want to tutor for discard spell. Fortunately, we don't have black to. Oh, he's gonna force this. Okay, that's even better. We don't get to shuffle now, but I guess that's okay. So now we need to find something like a therapy to like take their counter spell, and then this Rector, we can sacrifice it, give them the curse thing. Search for a scout dash, sure. Put on top. I guess they're gonna let this Veteran Explorer resolve. And then we can use this for shuffling. We're also giving them a bunch of mana, so it might be dangerous. But we can shuffle, let's see, the end of their turn. Yeah, I should just have taken a fetch land instead of Fire Action Tower. But like, we really need a Fire Action Tower in case yeah, we resolve the Academy Rector. So I'll bring up the cards we wanna get with Academy Rector for anybody who doesn't know it. It's an expensive card, it's 7 mana, but we get it for free with Academy Rector. And they have to sacrifice a creature or a Planeswalker, and if they can't, they lose 5 life. So they don't have the choice, like if they have a Planeswalker or a creature, they have to sacrifice it. And seems really good. So we know we don't want the top 2 cards. So I'm probably gonna sacrifice this end of turn. We don't get to use the mana, but Terminus. Interesting. We were kind of short on green, so I think I'm gonna get some forests. Malicious Deed doesn't really do a whole lot. Cable Therapy is what we want, so I'm gonna put that one back. Probably pay life for this one. It does save us from Entreaty Angels, potentially. Or like Monastery Mentor or stuff like that. You're gonna counterspell it. Okay. I think that means I just jam the Academy Rector. Okay, they did have 4 plus blue cards. That's what they were probably trying to hide. But we couldn't have played around it forever anyway. Dovescape could really backfire because they probably get more tokens out of it than we do. Like the one we have on top. Because like they could Terminus and get like 6 tokens, for example. And then just kill us in we can sacrifice it with, we can kill them with Pernicious Deed, then they just play another spell. So I think that's not a card I want to go for here. So we drew the Cruel Reality. I think we just jam it. Like they probably have a Snapcaster counterspell, in which case we kind of lose the game. Oh, I can fetch a Dryad Arbor. So I can fetch a Dryad Arbor, sacrifice it to the therapy. I think that's a reasonable line. And check for potential counterspells. Oh yeah, I forgot the counterbalance. At least they're not gonna have a 7 mana spell to put on top. So they would need to have Snapcaster in hand, or a Force of Will blue card, or another counterspell. They fetch. I think they have Snapcaster counterspell. Oh, Ascanta. Okay. Reveals Force of Will. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I don't think we have any way of recovering here. Yeah, they can, like, Overwhelming Splendor still lets them activate their chase. So that's not gonna do a lot. think some earlier versions of the deck used to play like cast outs or enchantments like that. That would kind of work here. Yeah, Ascanta seems like really good for them right now. I mean, probably good in the deck in general, but it's gonna be very hard to deal with that. Reveals Terminus, okay. Kind of need to see what we can tutor for. Dovescape doesn't really do it. Overwhelming Splendor doesn't really do it against Chase either. Probably Dovescape and just try to cast stuff into it, like make really big greens and units. Yeah, I think that's what we have to go for here. So do I do it in their turn or in my turn? I probably don't want them to get tokens in their turn, so I probably wait as long as possible. Exile it, yes. Get my Dovescape, and then we can try to Curse of Death's Hold them and make sure they never get any creatures anymore. Yep, we might die to this Terminus like I expected, but puts a card on top. Lingering Souls plus Flashback. That's probably the best thing we can do. We can block a few creatures. See, we get 6 creatures and so I would need to shuffle at some point because actually we get 6 creatures, they bounce 1, we take 2 damage. I can probably afford to not, yeah, I probably can't afford to pay life here to shuffle with my veteran. Reveals Force of Will. Yeah, they could play a Ponder and then like force it and get like 5 tokens. We really need to get the curse because I mean we don't even need the curse because he can just force it. We need to therapy his force. Actually he can't force the... Oh crap, he can't force... We need Academy Rector because he can't counter it. Because his Force of Will will just make 5 things. So we need Academy Rector into Curse, because if we play Curse we just get like 5 1/1s. And he forces it, he gets 5 1/1s. So if we play any spell, he gets to force it. And he gets more tokens. So fortunately I need to take the damage here and hope to untap. Like shuffle here, untap, and hope to have the thing. Either Academy Rector or like really big greens and Zenith to make more tokens than he has. Okay, so we have Academy Rector. He could blind flip a 4 mana spell. And we might actually die to the Jace before we get something right. Actually no, he can't force the Zenith, so we could just Zenith for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tokens. Here we Zenith for 9 tokens, we play this for 8. Or we play the Rector, get the Curse. See, we get the Rector and the Curse, he goes up to 12. And then we get something else and he ultimates. So yeah, we actually can't. So I need to put the Rector second, so he can't Fate Seal it away. Then we put this here. We need to deal at least a few damage to the Jace, or we're screwed. So we get 9 tokens here. He could force this to make 5, and he has 7. If he can make any other blockers so we can't attack the Jace, that would be kind of problematic. But yep, he forces, gets 5 things, we get 9 things. Ooh, he did have Spell Pierce. So yeah, we might lose this if he gets another castable spell here. Like the swords. He swords the thing, he gets another token. We don't get to attack the Jace in time. Or actually we do, we block everything. We have 1 left. He makes a blocker, but we get the Curse into play. All his creatures die and we get to deal 1 damage to his Jace. Okay. I think I found a potential line. Okay, I should still survive here. Ooh, he bottoms it, okay. We don't care, because it wouldn't make a difference. Like, I think he was wrong to bottom there, but whatever. I'll put back this one on top, because that has the highest convert mana cost, so it would make more tokens if we would ever get Fate Sealed there. So play Academy Rector. Only like reveal of 4 could ruin my plan. He fetches. Oh, he could have. Oh no, he can't have a Snapcaster to block. No, okay. Sacrifice here. Get our curse. Attach it to them. And then attack the chase and prevent getting ultimated next turn. Whew. It's we're down a lot of time though. Puts a card on top. Chase is at... Oh, it's at 13, so it's... Yeah, so we're gonna get ultimated anyway. I forgot that it gets 2 counters every turn, so... I got to concede here to preserve some time. Unfortunately, we don't have something like a ley line to protect us from the chase. We could have fetched somehow. Still very close. Sandworm. This stops entreaty angels and just makes a bunch of creatures that's very hard for them to deal with. To the slaughter takes their chase. What else? Blau feels mediocre. They really got a lot of use out of the extra mana, so maybe I cut. I'm not entirely sure if I should cut the Veteran Explorer package. Maybe Lost Legacy is okay to take their entreat or some win conditions. Yeah, I think I'll. Oh yeah, it's 61 card deck. I know, I'm just randomly adding cards. I'll probably try it like this. This is probably not how you should board with with Nyx Fit, but I don't know what else to do. Does this do anything? No, I think it's not doing enough. This is not doing enough either. So yeah, I'll try this and then die not to have any lands. Probably should have kept the first hand. Because if they plow this, we got nothing going on. For anyone that doesn't know, like, this only works when it dies. So if they get to exile it, with Swords of Plowshares, for example, then it doesn't work. And nobody gets any lands. I think I'm just gonna de-res them here. I don't want to kill my own Veteran Explorer, because they still have 7 cards, so they're just gonna be able to cast a lot of spells. They could like cast Jace the Mind Sculptor next turn. And we don't have anything we want to play with 2 extra mana anyway. Yeah, we were not winning this one, but the first one was very close. Maybe I made some misplay at some point. I'm not entirely sure. Ooh, that's a very bad card to draw when you have this little mana. We saw the power of Ascanta, so I definitely got Abruptus here. I start by attacking. And now that I drew a 7 mana spell, I definitely want to sacrifice my Veteran Explorer if he allows it. We name Brainstorm first, if he doesn't brainstorm in response. Brainstorm. We want to flash back and name... I know, I'll think about it. While I search for a black and a white, probably. Snapcaster, Spell Pierce. Okay, that's fair. We don't get to search yet because, like, we don't have the lands yet. I mean, we don't get to pay 2 mana because we haven't fetched our lands yet. It's definitely good timing by our opponent. So we want a second black. And do we have double white spells? Yeah, Splendor. I think we probably want more green. I'll play this out because I have nothing else to do. And they can't counterspell it yet this turn. I mean, they can force it, but they can force it any time. Ooh, actually this is 4 white. Yeah, that's gonna be very hard to cast. Maybe you shouldn't have fetched the second forest, but a plains there. You were losing this game anyway, but at least we would have been able to cast a few more spells. We've got Delirium here, so I'm gonna hope my opponent lands a second main phase chase. So that's why we're not killing the Snapcaster yet, because I'll try this. Hardcast Force, sure. So they have Ponder, Counterbalance, Counterspell, and 2 unknown cards. I feel like Is there a sorcery? I feel like I'm escalating here. I'm not gonna cast this Dovescape anytime soon, so I feel like I can discard it. At least this thing wins us the game more guaranteed. Counterspell, sure. Play my souls. Okay, now I'm cracking this for 2 next turn. He could be setting up like Entreat the Angels after we crack this for 2. So I could take 2 more damage here just to end of turn this, to prevent him from playing any more spells in his main phase. Otherwise he could just drop another counterbalance after combat. Do I play this out? Probably do. Might get plowed, but at least we gain a life there then. I could even do the slaughter myself if necessary. Mentor, okay. Probably want to do the slaughter there. Let's see if he takes the block. I'm waiting as long as possible, because he won't have played the mentor if he doesn't have if he doesn't have any spell to cast in response to me trying to kill it. So we wanted more white, probably more black, because we have a lot of black spells in hand. Let's see, I have 8 mana, so I can't attempt to cast both of these, which means I probably, I don't know, upkeep or something, try to do the slaughter. Or maybe in his main phase, I'll think about it. Entreaty Angels. I need to cast this now, because there is not yet a token trigger on the stack. So that means if he gets to sacrifice, if he has to sacrifice this, yeah, then he wouldn't get a token out of it. I'm just gonna try to resolve this cruel reality. Like, we're not winning the game. Oh yeah, he has 5 mana open, so that means yes. The way he tapped his mana is like almost guaranteed to have like a Force of Will up. So I'll just cast this because it's cool, but it's not gonna make a difference. Okay, he's gonna force it because he can. And to make more mentor tokens, sure. GG's. If we would have started with 7 cards, we might have been able to beat this, but being down 2 cards against on the draw, I mean on the play against control opponent is just yeah, not impossible, but very hard. And we have a second match. Oh, I think this guy was playing Storm or Belcher, probably Belcher last time I saw him. So we keep this because Pernicious Deed at least deals with empty awareness tokens, if that's the way he goes. And I think we don't have a way to stop Belcher anyway, like except with Cabal Therapy. But if he's on the play, there's no way that we're beating a Goblin Char Belcher anyway. And he's gonna see the deed, so maybe he's gonna go for something else anyway. He might be on a different deck, but I'm just gonna assume he's on Belcher and think what we want to have. Thought Seizes, Lost Legacy, probably Leyline of the Void and Helm of Obedience. Like Helm of Obedience, like Leyline of the Void does nothing against Belcher, but we might just randomly have it in our opening hand and then have a quick way to kill him. Because killing him with like Lingering Souls tokens is just... it's just gonna be too slow. Okay, Seeding Song... Burning Wish, okay. He's gonna go for Diminishing Returns, I guess. Or Reforge the Soul. I'm not sure which one is better, probably Diminishing Returns. Because he gets to leave 2 mana in his pool instead of 1. The reason he's not going like for Empty the Warrens, like he can't go for Empty the Warrens here, because then he only makes 12 tokens, I get to block 1, I take 11 damage, then the turn, then I can play my Pernicious Deed and... actually no, he attacks, take 11, oh, yeah, then I play my Pernicious Deed indeed. Okay, this is very bad, doesn't really do anything. Maybe therapies, but that doesn't matter because we're gonna be dead. It does Zenith for Dried Arbor, but I'm not sure that does anything either. He exiles a Spirit Guide that doesn't do anything at this point. He had enough mana, so he wouldn't have needed to waste that card, but... anyway, oh yeah, we want Deluge for sure. Lost Legacy for sure. Thought Seizes for sure. And the Leyline Helm is like optional. This doesn't do anything. This stops Belcher, that if we ever get to this point, yeah, it's kind of, I don't think we want that. We don't want this either, because it's the same as Empty the Warrens, like any storm spell he plays gets him like 1 or 2 tokens, so... don't want the fair cards. I guess I can cut some of that. I got one too many. Yeah, I guess I'll put that one in case we randomly hit a turn 2 Rector, which I think is possible. And then we can like get 4. We might randomly get it to keep him off Goblin Charbelcher. Yeah, this hand we can Zenith for a Dried Arbor, and then at least we can kill all his goblins if he goes for goblins. Or like we can Collective Brutality on turn 2. Hand is not great, but like Belcher is probably like one of the worst matchups of this deck anyway, so I don't think we play around him having a turn 1 kill. Land Grant. Oh, he has the Charbelcher, does he have the mana for it? 1, 2, 3. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think we're just dead to Golden Charbelcher here. And we were unlucky that he had the Charbelcher opening and not the Empty the Wires opening. Bunch of stuff, sure. 7 mana, win the game. Normally they only have the Taiga in hand, so yeah, exactly, there are no more lands in his deck, and we take, let's see, 50 damage or something. Opponent said sorry, but I don't mind. It's I mean, if you play a deck like this, you gotta be okay with losing to Belcher. Round 3 against Broccoli Man. This looks like either some Lightning Bolt player or a Storm player, just judging by their avatar. I'm gonna be. We're already 0-2, so I'm gonna take some more risky plays. I'm gonna keep this because of Veteran Explorer and Therapy. And I want to fetch Bayou here. Might be risky if he's on Blood Moon, but we need both of these here. I'm gonna start by playing Veteran Explorer, because if he plays a turn 2 Chalice, we can still use the sacrifice to make him sacrifice that. Even if the therapy gets countered, we still get our lands at least. But unfortunately, he can't take the therapy if he wants. He could also take the plow, like in case he's afraid we top deck a land to play Intent, or either we top deck a white land for plow, or we top deck any land for Diabolic Intent, sacrifice Veteran Explorer, and get a white source to plow it anyway. I think he has to take the therapy here, because if I miss on lands, I'm gonna be really screwed. Gonna name Reality Smasher, probably. That's a card that's really good at killing people. All his dust. Oh, he did have the Smasher. Definitely have to take the All his dust here as well. So let's see, we need a plains and probably more black, like we seem to have a lot of black cards in hand. So if my opponent had taken the if my opponent had taken, what's it called, the cable therapy, we wouldn't have been this far. Like now all they have is like land and oh, I saw the wasteland. I should have fetched a green source probably, so we can't get wasted of green. No, maybe that's not necessary, but okay, we drew green source anyway. So I could... Oh, maybe I should have taken a Simian Spirit Guide and then tried to Brutality away his other thing. I think in case he top decks another Thought Not Seer, I want to play Director first. Because I don't want this to get exiled from my hand. And I can play the leap next turn and sacrifice it immediately. If he doesn't waste me off green. So let's play a leap. And we get a creature into our hand. I'm not sure which creature we want. Exile. Probably, we already have the curse in hand, so we probably want the Overwhelming Splendor. Wait, I put this on them, right? Enchant player, they should be enchanted. Oh yeah, they are enchanted, it's just still on my part of the battlefield. Huh? Wait. Oh, it reveals the next one? Wait, I completely didn't check what was going on. I thought we had a tutor for a creature, but I probably didn't read the card properly. Oh yeah, we just get to reveal until we find one. Okay. Definitely want Sigarda. This stops all his dust. These things deal with creatures, so that seems to be worthwhile. And yeah, this is an 8 mana thing that just makes tokens, like because they don't have flyers. It's probably not good enough. Collective Brutality only takes all his dust and only kills like very small things. That might be not worth it. Dovescape, it only counters all his dusts. So I think that's not worth it either. It's like most of their cards, if you already resolve this spell, they probably don't have a lot of spells that get hit by Dovescape anymore. They could just top deck a Chalice and play plates to get a bunch of tokens, for example. I think because of Chalice, maybe I can cut one of those, because this is gonna die to blocking anyway. So library is maybe a bit slow on the draw against an aggressive deck. Pernicious Deed only kills the chalices and stuff, like not the bigger creatures, so I can shave one of those. And Evolutionary Leap, I mean it's a sacrifice outlet. Maybe I wanted Therapy more than the Evolutionary Leap. Because like 3 mana and having a creature in play could be too slow against Eldrazi in general. And no green source. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, and a bunch of fetch lands. 16, I think that's like around 16 green sources, and we were on the draw. 16 is like, I don't know, approximately 1 in 3, even less. I think I got a mulligan this. I'm not gonna draw one in time. Yeah, I think this is actually a reasonable blocker. I guess anything that's not a smasher, I probably keep it. I think they have Simian Spirit Guide, so they could theoretically have a smasher next turn, but I think I'm gonna take a Thought Not Seer anyway, because they're more likely to have 4 mana next turn than 5 mana. And I have another therapy in case they do have it. Ooh, double Thought Knot, that's very good, nice. And then we can decay this and keep unblock the Matter Reshaper or something like that. Oh, actually, no, I don't have Abrupt Decay mana because... Okay, now I do have Abrupt Decay mana. Oops. Wrong color. Green. Fits. Question is, do I sacrifice here? I could block this, but if they find a creature, it's not gonna be worth much. I could sacrifice and take Reality Smasher. They could have top decked the Reality Smasher. I think I'm gonna play around that. So I want probably one of every color just to play around Wasteland. Reality Smasher. Endless one. That one's actually gonna be quite big, so I think I might Therapy hit. Because we're gonna take quite a big hit with the Eldrazi Mimic. If he plays it for 6, for example, then we take next turn we take 9. So now I can play the Leap and untap. Next turn playing Souls, we can sacrifice one. Like we can block, and after blocking we sacrifice it, the one that's gonna die anyway, to get closer to creature. Pernicious Deed. I don't think I want that yet. Right. I play Deed and need to untap and pay it for 3. And then we could potentially die to some. Then we lose our evolutionary leap as well. If we play Lingering Souls, we can block both of them. Sacrifice one that blocks this. And we can decay that later. I think Lingering Souls into evolutionary leap is... it feels better here. Just a single block. Then sacrifice it. Let's see what we find. Oh, Academy Rector. If we top deck a green source, so we can activate it the same turn, we probably win the game. Okay, we did top deck. I have to fetch first here, I think, because they could have something like Warping Whale, and if I fetch when it's already on the battlefield, they could exile it before dealing the damage. Let's see, am I attacking here? Depends. What am I getting with Academy Rector? Probably one of the big things. Oh, Cruel Reality. So it means they have to sacrifice one. This one they could still attack with that one. Yeah, I think I keep this as a blocker. Or I could get Curse of Death's Hold, and then this guy is gonna suck anyway. No, I think I don't attack here. I think I do get this cursed thing. It's gonna make it hard for them. They would need to keep top decking creatures to always have one. Ooh, I could just make them all 1/1s. Oh yeah, that's definitely what I should do. Because it means he also can't IF Ugin, and he also can't like he won't draw cards of this. Can't IF Ugin, he can't Wasteland me. he could still have Endless One, but we have Abrupt Decay for that. Because Endless One has counters, so it's gonna be... Oh, yeah, one turn too late with the Sigarda. Okay, I thought we had one, but we had not. So yeah, Smasher would still kill us here, because we take 10, we can only block 5. Endless One for big enough would also really hurt, because we have to block with our Sigarda to not die. Maybe I should have kept open Abrupt Decay just to kill that thing. So now I can draw a land and Pernicious Deed, but I'm not going to be able to kill the Matter Reshaper if I didn't draw the land. So I can kill both of those. Oh yeah, I still die to the Matter Reshaper. Okay. Okay, that was close. The Alice Dust did it there. On the play, do I want to change anything? Pernicious Deed could be a little bit better, but I think I liked it the way it was. Okay, it has Veteran and Therapy, so we should be good to go. And it mulligans to 4. It's kind of sad for them. Yeah. It's not a great way to win if your opponent has nothing going on. So, start by Therapy. Probably naming Thought Not Seer again. That's the best cards to play on turn 2. Oh, he has nothing. I don't think I flash back here. I think I might just use this as a blocker. Or I could flash back and then Collective Brutality take his Endless One. Yeah, probably I do want to ramp already. Want a swamp and a forest, I think. Swamp and forest. Name Abbey Griffin. Opponent did not have Abbey Griffin in hand, okay. I think I play out Pernicious Deed here first. In case he top decks a Thought Not Seer, I can kill this guy, but if he top decks a Thought Not Seer, I lose my Pernicious Deed. While, yeah, I could pop this for 4 next turn if he did have the Thought Not. Okay, we won a round. And I think the deck's actually not bad. I'm just bad with it, since it's my first time. Like, losing to Belcher is not a shame. But I think we should have been able to beat this Miracles player if I hadn't had like the mulligan to 5 and just probably made a few mistakes that I didn't notice in the first match we played against them. How greedy is it to keep this without a green source? I think I have to mulligan this. This is kind of bad, but we have a scry, so I'm gonna keep this and hope to draw another land. Ew. I think I throw away my Zenith here. So I need to get rid of the Chancellor trigger. And if we concede here, at least he might think we're elves or something. Ooh, okay, he's dredge, never mind. Do we have any way of beating dredge with this hand? Curse of Death's Hold is kind of okay against Icorids, but not against zombies. No, I think I'm just gonna concede here and make him think we're elves. Like, there's no way I'm winning this here without a second land or we want ley lines, helms, toxic deluges. Ooh, if he's on manaless dredge, we want Thoughtseize. And probably Lost Legacy to take some stuff, whatever. Probably want to cut. I'm not entirely sure about this. Like Dovescape, they only have Dread Return. Cruel Reality, they have a bunch of zombies, so this doesn't seem too great either. And all of their creatures are already small, so I think we just need to have a Leyline of the Void and just win. Seems better than anything else. So I think I'm just cutting a bunch of fair stuff here. -1/-1 still doesn't kill the zombies and stuff. I think I'm basically just going all in on the Leyline Helms, just so I can't cut anything that lets me sacrifice Academy Rector to get Leyline in case I don't have it in my opening hand. Oh yeah, Burp Decay seems uninspiring. Brutality makes them discard, so we could take it. Yeah, that still seems reasonable. And Plow seems reasonable. Zenith gets Veteran Explorer, so I'll probably keep that. This gets Helm, so I keep it. Actually, no, I need to keep Sacrifice Outlet for Rector. Ooh, Probably Lost Legacy is not the greatest. They just have so much stuff going on, even if you take their Icorid. And you also, even if they have an Icorid in hand, they even get the draw triggers, so. Nope, I would not like to play first. I'm gonna put them on manaless here. And this hand has a discard spell, so it's reasonable, and it has something to exile our first creature. But it does not have a Leyline. So they want a mulligan to a Leyline or not? If they are real dredge, this is probably better. I think I'm mulligan. Try to get the Leyline. This has a very slow Academy Rector. But we have Civil Library. Probably keep this though. That's a black source, so I'm gonna top it. So here I need to therapy them and name something that's not a dredger. And that's a 4F in the deck. Like Bridge from Below, but I don't want Bridge from Below to be in there Discard pile. Cable Therapy. It's probably 4 off. No, I'm not gonna cheat here. I could look up a deck list, but I think I'm not gonna do that. Chancellor of the Annex? No, they would have revealed it. What else do they play? Narcomoeba? Yeah, I'm actually gonna name Narcomoeba. That's a 4 off that I don't mind putting into the graveyard. Oh, I should have named the Cable Therapy. Okay. So now they get to go Phantasmagorian and do their thing. Like discard all of their hand. So they can discard 6 cards. Basically their whole hand. Like they discard 3 to return it to their hand, and then they keep priority and do it again because it's still in the graveyard. And so let's see, Dread Return is gone, Icarit's gone, Nether Shadow, Golgari Thug, second Icarit. Oh yeah, they kept the Street Raid in hand, so they get to cycle even. So we need to survive a little bit here, because next turn we could like try to draw something. Next turn we could try to draw something like Pernicious Deed, and then next turn we can Rector and sacrifice it to get something that's something we need. They have double therapy though, so they could take my Academy Rector here by sacrificing the Nether Spirit, Nether Shadow. Target themselves, sure. Do I gain anything from keeping these? Veteran Explorer does get me lands, but do I need lands? Definitely don't need the fetch land. Veteran Explorer, sacrifice it. Oh yeah, I could get up to 4 mana to play the ley line, right? So I pay for life here. Play this. Get... Do I want to discard any of the cards he has in hand? Probably not. Ability, ability... Yes. Fortunately, we do run 2 basic swamps. Name whatever, abduction. And this should be the game. Like all they can, actually they can reanimate the Icarits one time because they are already in the graveyard. So they could attack for 7 here, and then Dread return something, and then kill me. So they're definitely not lost yet. Oh, they only have 1 Icarit. They exiled the second Icarit because they only had these creatures. Target me. Name Helm of Obedience. No, Zenith. Yeah, if they would have had the third creature, they could have Dread returned Chancellor. Maybe the Nether Shadow thing and Icarits means this is actually not the worst. The collective brutality is actually, it just kills a creature. That's not so great. Probably to the slaughter is better than. Although it does gain me life, so it does buy. It could buy me a turn or so. Like if I turn 1 Thought Seize them, I could turn 2 Collective Brutality, take a Cable Therapy. Yeah, probably it's still okay to keep in. Sylvan Library was actually great, so I'm gonna keep it in. I could cut a Zenith and just hope to have the Veteran Explorer in my hand. Chooses not to play first. Okay. So I'm not gonna keep this now. I got a mulligan into. I have no way to find a hate card. Like I can just kill the creatures for a while. Probably mulligan. Try to find Leyline. Apparently this was a bad idea. Should have kept. Might as well mulligan to the last card. Okay. I thought the chance of hitting a Leyline by your 5th hand, by your last card, would have been something like 80%, but apparently I'm wrong on my math. Actually, I'm gonna concede this. There's no point in playing this. I should have stopped the mulliganing thing, but it just seemed appealing. Probably the first hand was okay, but mulliganing to Leyline is like an auto win. While if you would have had like Veteran Explorer Cable Therapy, miss on the therapy, and on the first therapy, they would have gotten to discard something. And yeah, then we would have lost the game if we didn't top deck anything. So I think mulliganing to Leyline is a reasonable choice there. Oh yeah, I can actually. So in your opening hand, it's 56% chance, and if it fails, you still have like a 47% chance for the 6th hand. So on your first hand, so you actually have to calculate the chance of not having it. Chance of not having it is 43% chance on the 7. Then you have a 52% chance of not having it. Then you have a 61% chance. Oh, actually, I forgot to put commas there in the previous one. So 43 times, what was it? 52 times 61. So it's like around 70 times 78. So 86.5 times 3.5 something ish. So yeah, you have like a 6% chance of mulliganing to 7 without seeing a Leyline. So I think if we did the mulliganing thing, we had a 94% chance of winning the game just by doing the mulliganing trick. I'm not sure if I did my maths correct, but if the numbers is this oh wait, yeah. No, I didn't read the text, so maybe the numbers meant something else than I thought they did. But Gaon usually death and taxes, sometimes elves, which means this hand does nothing. And this kills creatures. Seems reasonable against either elves or this even takes natural orders and glimpses. Okay, apparently they're on something else here. Maybe black-red reanimator, or could still be check pile or junt or anything fair. We take therapy. That's interesting. Since I wouldn't know what to name blindly there. I might still have named Brainstorm. Because this could still be a blue deck like Bug Delver, like Bug Control. Oh yeah, this guy's also been playing something like Dead Guy Ill, I think, for a while. I want to start with 2 basics here. We have enough basics to fetch. Ooh, Let's see. Taking Lingering Souls means he gets less tokens. Because I think I won't do that. And the plow doesn't do anything against his hand. So he's on some kind of Dead Guy Ill deck. So, Veteran, Explorer, Flashback Therapy before we do anything else. Therapy, target him. Sack this. Needs more planes. See, this can get another plains or forest, so we probably get another swamp here. I think we named the Lingering Souls again here for the value it provides. Ooh, he has a better skull. Oh, that's not bad. Because we can't take it with the collective brutality. So I think I go take this. I think I escalate this. I could escalate this and just take the plow. So I might as well just play this and have one of the creatures plowed. I think escalating doesn't make sense here. We might need it to kill a Dark Confidant at some point. Yeah, I could have played Collective Brutality first. Then I would have seen. Then I would have seen the Batterskull, and I could have named it with Therapy. Maybe there was a misplay there, but. Definitely blocking here. Oh, plow is good, yes. Since he has discard spells, I think I go for the one in my hand first, not the one in the graveyard. So he doesn't get any value out of top decking a Thoughtseize, for example. Plow your thing. The next turn, flashback double souls. And hope he doesn't have something like Zeal's Persecution or so. Okay, he did have the confidence that we wanted to kill. Is this a good top deck? Yes or no? Just get to equip his Barrow Skull to his tokens though, which is unfortunate. And he has a plow, so it's gonna be 5/5. So I need to block with all of my creatures just to kill one of them. I think I'm still gonna do that. I just need to draw like an Academy Rector into a Hateful Enchantment or so to win the game. He should attack with both, because then I could make the mistake of not blocking with all of them. Like I could make the mistake of splitting my blockers. This might be a mistake, by the way, because he could equip it to the next creature next turn. Okay, and don't think I want to block this here, so I'm just gonna attack and pretend I have a good card in hand. Oh yeah, and he has a wasteland anyway, so it's not good playing it out here anyway. This is potentially good. We could top deck a creature. We could top deck something like Academy Rector. Ooh, or Dried Arbor actually. I think I'm going for the Dried Arbor here. Gets me a thing one turn earlier. Probably nothing I can cast of these mana. Of this mana here. Okay, that's a pity. So yeah, him having a discard spell here is probably game. But if I can play this next turn, sacrifice it, potentially get Academy Rector in play, and then sacrifice it as well. Maybe I have a chance. Oh, or just draw the rector. What's the benefit of playing this one first? It gets us 2 lands, so it's basically just cycles itself. You pay 2 mana, you get 2 new lands. Do we have 2 green left? Yeah, I have 4 forests. I think there is no reason not to do this first. You never know what we draw here. Get double forests. Another veteran explorer. This one does not. There's only 1 forest left, so it doesn't do enough. So how do we beat a Batterskull Spirit token? We make him sacrifice it with the cruel reality, I think. Okay. No, we need to keep as many green open as possible. So we can replay the Veteran Explorer afterwards. Which one did we want? Cruel Reality. Choose it, yes. Enchant my opponent. It's kind of confusing that it's not on their part of the battlefield. I mean, they don't control it, they're just enchanted, but... still confusing somehow. Ooh, another Rector, that's quite good. But then again, we only have 1 Veteran Explorer left in the deck, so you're more likely to hit Academy Rectors at this point. We bounce Batterskull. Oh yeah, because they have to sacrifice this anyway. So bouncing a Batterskull means they can replay the Batterskull next turn by already investing the mana in it now and getting an extra token. So that's definitely a correct play. So this Academy Rector, what do we get? Dovescape? Nah. Opponent did not put more creatures into play, that's interesting to me. So sacrifice it. Exile it, yes. Get a... oh yeah, we get Overwhelming Thing. No, that's... we're gonna get first a Curse. Because Overwhelming Thing actually makes a Batterskull bigger, even though they're gonna sacrifice it anyway. Reveal another Veteran Explorer. We're mana short of playing this, so I think I just cycle my Veteran Explorer. Now we are guaranteed to hit an Academy Rector, I think. And we get back our forest anyway. That's probably the last rector. So there is no reason to cycle this yet. Yeah, that's the last Academy rector. Oh yeah, we could get a Dryad Arbor. No, Dryad Arbor is gone as well. So we just keep this in play. The next turn we get the... Maybe we should have gotten Dovescape, because then he can't bounce the Batter Skull and replay it. He just gets a bunch of 1/1s and then we kill it with the curse. These two cards together should get the Dovescape and... We should get Dovescape and what is it called? The... Oh yeah, the Overwhelming Splendor. So that should be game there. If he would have had another creature that would have been annoying. But it would have died to the Overwhelming Splendor curse anyway. 2, 3, 4. Sacrifice this guy. 4. Yeah, first Dovescape, so we can't cast something in response to deal with our stuff. Wait, do I have enough mana? Oh, I don't have enough mana for... I don't have enough mana for the other Academy Rector. At least this will make sure all of his other creatures will die, probably. Oh no, I did this... Oh no, actually, no. I almost thought I did it wrong, because now he could play spells and get creatures, so he doesn't have to sacrifice the Germ token. But actually, the creatures die because of Curse of Death's Hold. I'll put up the cards for anyone watching that, oh yeah, that doesn't know them yet. Like, any non-creature spells get turned into 1/1 birds for every convert mana costs. And Curse of Death's Hold gives all their creatures -1/-1, so... Put into play... Huh, this does stop the Lingering Souls, but I think that's not good enough. Deluge seems better. Maybe to the Slaughter. They could have some Planeswalkers in their deck. Maybe Liliana, so Sigurd. Nah, I think I'm fine with those cards. And I'll take out... this is good, this is good, this is good. All of these are actually good. Maybe a therapy, like there are enough ways that this guy will die. And I know I'll cut the Zenith. And I'll cut... Well, I guess I'll cut the Souls or something. The Souls actually proved its value, so I should put it back in if I'm not too late. But there isn't much to cut here, because all of these cards seem good. Yeah, whatever. We'll do fine. Yeah, turn 1 Therapy, turn 2 Zenith for Veteran Explorer and sacrifice it. Yeah, I think I'll keep it. Blind Therapy, what do we name? Another discard spell, probably? Would he play him to Turak? Not entirely sure. Could name Liliana, but that doesn't do a whole lot. Stoneforge Mystic doesn't do a whole lot. What are we afraid of? I'm gonna name him to Turak here, because that would be really would be a big blowout. Okay, I did have Dark Confidence. Only. We can't kill it, so we are probably behind, because he's gonna draw a bunch of cards before we find an answer. Or not. Let's see how far we get with the Veteran Explorer. Michelle, Savannah. Now we need to wonder what he could have top decked here. I think I still need to name a discard spell, because this Curse of Death's Hold needs to resolve. Let's see, fetch a forest and a plains. Probably name Thoughtseize. Okay, I don't think he actually plays him to Turek. So I'll go to name Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize gets to take Curse of Death's Hold for sure, whereas at least him to Turek might still hit like our 2 lands, not the Curse of Death's Hold. Or we could choose not to play the... If he would have had him to Turek, I would probably not have played Lingering Souls, so he had like higher chance of hitting that. Wait, he Thoughtseizes this and he knows about the curse. Why does he play a second Confidant there? But we were 1 on 3, so I told my opponent that if he loses, we'll just concede for him. We might get it back someday with Karma. Therapy, what do we want to name? Nothing. Do we? No, I think I just play Leap here. Probably should have attacked before playing anything else. Although if you sacrifice a spirit here, we can't actually cast name a removal spell here first. Like Council's Judgment is like the most flexible one. Council's Judgment. Caragas, Lingering Soul, Scrubland, sure. So I'm gonna keep open mana for activating Evolutionary Leap at the end of my turn. So get a forest, keep open the leap end of my turn. could hit Academy Rector and just win almost immediately. I'm gonna do this here. He's not gonna... He could still attack, but whatever. So this is our second Veteran Explorer. We could hit a bunch of Explorers, but I think we're kind of likely to hit the Academy Rector here. And if we don't hit it, if we hit another Explorer, at least we'll be able to fetch 2 more Forests and sacrifice the next Explorer as well. Play today, sure. So let's see, Explorer, sack. I guess we start by taking as much green as possible to keep going if we draw more Explorers. Find another Explorer. Get my last lands. If we hit another Explorer here, we might, yeah, we might fizzle, but fortunately we don't. Sacrifice Rector. Oh yeah, I need to click the leap first. Getting Overwhelming Splendor. And he could theoretically, oh yeah, Manlands still beat this combo as well, I think, because this will still be a 1-2, because the Curse of Death's Halt will apply, but not Overwhelming thing. And Better Skull will still be a 5-5 as well. No, a 4-4, because it becomes a 5-5 and then becomes a 4-4 again. Okay, opponent. So we're gonna concede for him because we can't cash it anymore. And so we ended 2-3 with the deck. In a 2-3, like it looks like 1-4, but yeah, we won the last one. So it's a reasonable deck, and probably if you have a lot of experience with it, it's becoming better. And if you don't meet matchups like Belcher, so I think it has a lot of potential. It's not really my style, like I don't enjoy Nyx Fit kind of deck, so I'm probably not playing it again. I just wanted to show it like once for the people that are interested in it. But yeah, you should definitely try it out if you like Nyx Fit. It has a lot of different play than the Siege Rhino or other like more traditional Nyx Fit lists. And I think this might actually be better because it has like a lot of decks can't deal with all these lock pieces, and we were close to beating the Miracles player if the Jace would have had like 1 counter less. And yeah, it definitely, like, these enchantments definitely have the power, I think, to beat any deck that's not Belcher. Maybe Storm is difficult as well. And yeah, but any fair deck you should be able to beat. So I can recommend this to people that want to experiment with it. Alright, have a good evening, everyone.